sir. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the Millionaire Mansion podcast. My name is James Hodgkin. I'm the owner of the Millionaire Man Club, and I'm so grateful for y'all joining us today. Man, we're growing, people. We are growing. You're growing, I'm growing, the show's growing, your dreams are growing, your spirit's growing, all that is growing. This life is something crazy. It's really something awesome. And I'm just sending y'all great gratitude for all of the support and appreciation. This past weekend I got my tooth pulled, so sorry if I sound a little weird. I can't really open my jaw fully, but that's all good. But let's hop right into the episode. So I want to talk about refining the grind. Because oftentimes it's easy for us to feel like we're not progressing, we're not growing, we're not seeing the results we want to see, because I've talked about this in other episodes, we'll be so attached to achieving a certain goal, a certain milestone, that it'll put us on the hamster wheel where, yeah, the hamster on the wheel is losing calories, is putting in work, but isn't going anywhere. You see what I'm saying? And that will get exhausting for us. And it'll honestly it will get unsatisfying. Like, we don't have to be so attached to the goal, and we're not a failure if we don't achieve the goal, because oftentimes, maybe that goal, what if we thought about like this? Maybe what we were pursuing isn't necessarily the thing that needed to be achieved, but led us to what truly needs to be achieved. You see what I'm saying? So we need to be on a constant lookout, on a constant search on our radar for what does the universe, God, Spirit, Jesus, whoever you believe in, what are they trying to have us achieve in the big picture? Because the little picture, yeah, it's a part of the picture, but that's not the whole thing. And we need to zoom out as far as we can and see as vivid of a picture as we can, and as big of a picture as we can. You see what I'm saying? So oftentimes when we get so attached to pursuing this certain goal, it may be the right goal or the right idea or the right concept, but we just need to refine it a little bit. We just gotta revisit, go back to the drawing boards, see what's going well, see what's not going so well. Figure out if we even have passion for what we're pursuing anymore, because we know how projects that we're just trying to get done just to get done compared to a passion project, how different the grind is, and how different the grind feels, and how different the grind is accomplished. You see what I'm saying? So oftentimes if we get so attached to the goal, or in the grind that we're not necessarily supposed to continue pursuing, we'll end up in flow paralysis. And so what that means is we're in flow, which is good. Obviously, we want to be in flow. We want things going smoothly. We want to be able to do things on autopilot without much effort, but at the same time, flow paralysis is counterproductive, because you may not be doing whatever task you're doing the most efficiently. You see what I'm saying? There may be a more efficient way, and you may have new knowledge and new experience that you haven't applied yet, and you're still applying what you learned before. Like you're applying old knowledge, which is fine. That's great. We obviously always want to apply our knowledge and our experience, but when we get updated knowledge, it's like having the iPhone and not getting the software update. Like being on like iOS 10 with the iPhone 12 Max. Like yeah, your iPhone will still function, but you're not getting all the features and all the updates that the software has to offer now. You see what I'm saying? And we're the same way. We're a smarter supercomputer than the iPhone because the human brain created that thing. The human brain created the thing that you're watching or listening to this podcast through. So there's no limits on what our brain can do. And that's another thing with refining the grind. Oftentimes, we're not dreaming big enough. Flat out, we're not dreaming big enough because there's no limits to what our mind can do. Because think about it, everything that has came, well, most things that have come, most inventions that have come from a thought. It all started with imagination. So imagining and dreaming is free. And a lot of people don't utilize that tool just because they want the instant gratification. Oh, if I can't achieve it, if I can't make this fruition, or if I can't bear fruits from this, if they don't know when they'll bear fruits from it, they think it's not achievable. But another thing that we need to keep in mind, it's not always about achieving the goal. It's just about the pursuit of something bigger. It's about the pursuit of maxing out our potential. And the reason that is so important is because throughout that pursuit, you're going to run into experiences. You're going to fail. You're going to learn. You're going to gain knowledge. You're going to meet new people. And then that's going to keep you in divine order. That's going to keep you progressing towards the bigger picture, towards what you're truly here to do, to serve for the world. Like everybody's here sent with a purpose, and nobody's purpose is bigger or smaller than others. Just because one's one purpose may help other people doesn't mean that another purpose is any less than. Because think about it, I posted on TikTok about this. If you have a circle, right, a circle's made up of a bunch of dots. If you add more dots, the circle gets bigger. But as soon as you take out one dot, in order for it to be a circle, all dots have to connect. And if you take out one dot, then that dot that you took out, the dot to the left of it and the dot to the right of it no longer connect, and the circle's incomplete. It still may be the shape of a circle, but it's technically incomplete. And that little dot is you. That little dot is each and every one of us. We're all a part of something bigger, and we all serve a function, whether we think so or not. And the next thing, I'm always talking about this. We need to understand that we're seeing constant progress each and every day. We're seeing constant progress, whether we think so or not. Something is happening behind the scenes. Strings are being pulled for us. And we're progressing each and every day. So keep that in mind, and keep asking the universe, God, whoever, for bigger and better things. If you ask, you'll receive. But be open to the response. Be open to what you're supposed to receive. Ask questions. Why am I here? What am I doing? Like, what do you want me to do? And the answers may not be anything that you expected them to be. So don't be so attached, and don't be so certain in a plan. Be optimistic, but at the same time remain solid, remain persistent. And another thing, the last thing, I already kind of touched on it, but recalibrate the vision. Always constantly be going to the drawing board. You don't necessarily have to make a whole new plan, but add to the plan. Even though you haven't achieved goal A, B, and C yet, if you've started progressing towards those, start thinking about D, E, and F, and don't overwhelm yourself. But what that will do is it'll start making you think bigger, and goal A, B, and C will start to seem more minute to you, and you'll gain more knowledge so you can accomplish D, E, and F. And once you have more knowledge, more experience, more seasoning, A, B, and C become way easier. Way easier. So with all that being said, get out there, go serve purpose. Even if you don't know your purpose, one purpose that we all have in common: treat others well. Treat others well. That's all it starts with. And it starts with treating yourself well. So with all that being said, I love y'all for real. I won't do announcements right now, just